All right, so that we can show that this problem cannot just die away until the problem is solved. Now we hear from our Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. He says investors must open your eyes. The bank pay 1%. If you want 5%, you must have the risk. So you must open your eyes. So somebody wrote to me. I know his full name, but I don't want to use his full name. So I use his initial SB. And I read to you what he said. And this is in my blog. It says, "Dear Mr. Tan, I am writing to commend you, as many before me had, for the care and bravery you have displayed in giving a much needed helping hand and direction to thousands of aggrieved investors. I personally have not invested in these investments, but unfortunately, my homemaker wife invested in the said notes. To be honest, we cannot claim to be in the vulnerable category, because this person is worked in the bank before. But we are also not high-risk investors. We never invest beyond stocks, shares, and property. We take responsibility for our lapse of care and caution in not fully realizing the extent of the risk and the toxicity of these notes, partly because the return do not commensurate with the risk. They thought 5% is not high, not risky. We also were lulled into comfort by the officialdom and apparent similarity in process to the equity market by the fact that the CDP is the official custodian of these notes. So basically they say, because the CDP approved this, we thought it is quite safe. We regretted for not receiving or asking for a risk review by the distributor or asking for a copy of the prospectus, so we regret. At that time, the implication of the term first to default credit event was lost on us. We never realized this. If this was told to us, I'm certain that the risk and return will not be acceptable. So here is someone who is quite honest. I can't complain, I got some responsibility. But this thing was not properly explained to us. Under this situation, I did not lodge a complaint. I did not sign any petition, because I cannot, with a clear conscience, claim that I have no responsibility. So this person is quite honest. I got some responsibility. So I cannot claim that I'm totally misled. I'm also partly careless. So he claims some responsibility. I believe there are many aggrieved investors in a similar situation as mine. Having absorbed all the comments and opinions by other people, by the MAS, by our senior level ministers, including the comment by Minister Mentor, the first strong impression is that our authority is taking us to task, blaming us, on the ground that we signed the sales document on our own will and caveat emptor applies. Case closed as far as the minister are concerned. By doing this, this is the most important part. By doing this, MAS and the authorities are, without solid evidence, taking side in favor of the financial institution. This is unacceptable coming from a supposedly popularly elected government who should have a fiduciary duty for the care of the people. Do you agree?
Yes!
So basically he says, yes, we are all also to blame. Sorry? Basically he says, we also partly to blame. But you cannot, as the government, take the side of the financial institution and say, all the blame is on you. How can you be like that? Okay, this is what he says. In fact, this makes me so angry. That's what he says. And spur me now not to call it quits. Before he was saying, I cannot complain. But now he hears this statement, he says that's not fair. How can you take side of the financial institution? Now listen to this. He says, I don't expect the government to provide financial subsidy for our loss. I don't expect the government to take the side of the investors just because we are citizens. If we have made a wrong and bad decision, we take what comes with it. But it does not absolve the financial institution from wrongdoing on their part. Do you agree?
Yes.
The most decent thing that we can expect from our government is to carry out an independent investigation to verify if there were any wrongdoing by the financial institution. We, the investors, are not in the position in technical and financial capability and authority to conduct this investigation. Investors, you don't have the power to conduct investigation. The bank just don't care. You also don't have the expertise. But if you have suffered this loss and you ask the government to carry out, that's all we are asking. Of course, when this SB sent to me, I replied to him, Dear SB, I already submitted petition number 1, asking the government to check whether any wrongdoing and to help to address on behalf of 10,000 people affected. Now, 700 additional Pinnacle notes, 10,700 people. His letter a bit long, but I shall not read the rest. It's in my blog. Basically, he asked to investigate 4 points. The same 4 points stated in my petition number 1. The petition sent to MAS 1 month ago, and we still don't know what is the outcome. The 4 points are, how are these products designed? How much fee is earned by the investment bank? Number 2, when the investment bank create this product, do they have the intent to cheat the public? Will you create product like this?